Who comes to mind for you as the greatest of all time?
Conor McGregor.
Huh?
Welcome to the Daru Strong Podcast.
All right, Joanna, thank you so much.
Phil?
So I have the pleasure of my girl coming through today to the gym, and I have Mr. Kevin Lee. You know who he is. We've done a podcast together. I wanted to bring him on. You guys have obviously known each other for a while.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a while, and I wanted to finally get you on the podcast. All right. So.
And I'm here.
I know. You got a lot going on now, right?
Yeah.
You know, retirement. How's retirement treating you first, by the way?
Busy.
Yeah.
And busy. I'm super busy, and I think that I'm escaping from this decision and writing the statement, because it's hard, you know. It's hard for me, so I work a lot to not think about, and I need to stay disciplined, and working hard helps me.
I want to go back to when you started actually fighting, right?
Yeah.
Growing up in Poland, and actually, how did that come about? Like, why did you want to start fighting?
People don't know that I'm very sensitive, emotional person, more emotional. And I was always helping people, you know, and this is, people see my strong character more than that I'm a very emotional person. And since I was a little girl, I was helping people all the time. And I felt like I was born to do good things, and I was born to do big things, and I was born with a mission, and I didn't know what was that till I started training. Until I started doing martial arts, and so I was playing all kinds of different sports at school, and I was playing basketball. Then I had to stop because I had some health issues for 2 years, so my liver grown too fast for my age, so I had to stop because, you know, when you overtrain. So, but I was fine, and I feel like it was the sign from the God, a sign from the God that I had to do martial arts, not basketball. So 2 years after, I started training basketball because I put on weight, and I was kind of chubby girl.
Okay.
I was 16. You know, this time you start dating guys, you start doing things, and I wanted to be attractive. You say, like attractive. So I started training, and I lost like 20 pounds in 3 months.
Wow.
But I fell in love with martial arts. It was Muay Thai. I couldn't even say Muay Thai, you know, saying like Matai or whatever. But I fell in love with breaking my own limits with every training, and not hitting people, not punching people, not kicking them, but breaking my own limits. And you know me, and I love to count in my head my repetitions, my repetition, and I sometimes I count how many reps people do next to me. I'm crazy about, and so when people were giving up, I was just about to start, you know, and I always wanted to be better than my colleagues, you know, one rep more, rep more, one repetition more. So I always wanted to be one step ahead.
What did you, when you had you said you had
But what was the main thing? When we started like sparring on going to the competition, all the people were like stressing out. And I was like fully enjoying these people, the atmosphere, and I was born to be part of the biggest UFC event in Melbourne, for example, in 193. It was UFC 193.
Really?
Yeah. So I feel like 55,000 people.
For sure.
No problem for me. You know?
Yeah. That's the one thing that I can tell with you, with elite fighters and athletes in general, is like they love the attention in a positive manner, right? You love to be out there to showcase your abilities and showcase your skills. You do that very well. So
again, when I call my manager and I tell her, Jennifer, I love you, and
Shout
I tell her,
Jennifer,
like,
by the way.
Jenny, I want to be back, and she's like, sit and think. What do you miss the most? The attention, people, the vibe, or you miss fighting? you know, so it's good that she's the smarter part of my business, of this business, you know.
And what was your answer to that?
So
This episode is brought to you by 8 Sleep. Now, 8 Sleep is a company that has been gracious enough to lend me and give me a bed to actually sleep on that is going to increase my quality of sleep overall. Me and my wife have loved this bed, and we must say that it has honestly been a game changer, not only for our ability to sleep better, but also our ability to perform when we wake up. Their mission is fueling human potential through optimal sleep using innovative technology and personal biometrics. They're not just a bed or a bed company, it's a health and wellness company focused on sleep itself. Now, that pod that I was talking about, they've been graciously giving me, is redefining the entire experience of sleep, leveraging data and technology to improve overall health and wellness in a way that no other company is currently doing. Now, in essence, they are a health and wellness company that is focused on sleep. Now, the app is where all the magic happens. That's where you're going to track your data. That's where you're going to track your sleep quality, and that's going to enhance your abilities to program yourself and program your athletes if you want to do so, if you are a coach. You can view your sleep and health metrics. You can adjust your temperature. You get insights. It personalizes your sleep experience. The pod is a sensor layer that tracks and improves your sleep by dynamically heating or cooling temperatures of your base of the bed. And it'll get better every night because you'll constantly be using it, and it'll start to track and understand your body. And you can integrate it into whatever health tracker you're using at the moment. Now, if you want to get your hands on one, just go to 8sleep.com. That's 8 spelled out sleep.com, and let them know that I sent you. Now, let's get back to the podcast.
both. That's the problem, you know. But short story long. You asked me one question again, but there is, so many things around. It's
Yeah.
all connected.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when you decided to make that leap into doing MMA,
Yeah.
what was the transition
It was
there?
2010, so I was 6 times world Muay Thai champion, 5 times European world champion. I had probably 80 fights in Muay Thai, kickboxing, and boxing. There was no money, no exposure, nothing. And I heard about MMA, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the cauliflowers, armbars.
Yeah. You still don't like the
Wrestling.
cauliflower, by the way. She still hates the cauliflower here. by the way.
Yeah, and I got one right before the fight, first fight with
Was it
Wei
Rose?
Zhang,
Oh,
no
really?
Weili.
Oh,
And
that was the
actually,
first time
I
you
had
got
the
shot?
surgery
So
after. Yeah.
mad, bro. She came in. She was like, "Fuck."
No,
I got-
man. The first thing I did after the fight with Wei Zhang, somehow I didn't care about this,
Yeah.
what was happening on my face, but I called my plastic surgeon,
Yeah.
and when I was back home, Poland,
Yeah.
after this fight, he had to do some small medical procedure on my ear because no cauliflower.
So you didn't care about the face, the forehead, none of that, just the cauliflower ear.
Weird
So
thought.
yeah,
That's
so
hilarious.
but I heard about Ronda Rousey that time, and I was training at Arachion Olsztyn, the gym in my city, and it was typical MMA gym. So I was the only one who was doing kickboxing, and I was like, okay, I will try, but it was really hard. So when I started doing jiu-jitsu or wrestling, I got so mad. So I was so frustrated because some young kid was submitting me 20 times, and then I was like, I got so mad. I was like, I'm not doing this shit. But then I was like, no. Okay, girl, you wanna be
Yeah.
T-gold? So you have to sit and learn.
Yeah.
Don't get frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did it,
Yeah, no,
I
for
did.
sure. That was one of the biggest hurdles that you had to overcome, was more so
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu and having to deal with those
Yeah.
harder type of talents that you had to acquire.
And because there was no money, I made a decision to go into the MMA.
Yeah.
And that time I wanted to qualify for Olympics in boxing. And it was a difficult choice, but at the end everything worked out good. Yeah. This is how I say.
So you had the choice of going Olympics and boxing,
Yeah, because
or
I was
going
doing
to
a
MMA?
little bit of boxing. I was not that good, but I was really trying. So there was a break in my Muay Thai kickboxing career. So I was trying to find a platform to perform and just get better exposure and money at the same time, because I was spending and investing myself. So the best investment is investing in yourself.
Yeah, of course.
But so I was I went to it was like Polish Cup of amateur boxing. I went there and I beat all the best girls. And the main coach was like, "Who is this girl?" You know, they knew me. They heard some that I was decorated in kickboxing or Muay Thai, but they were like, "No, we want you in our national team." So I was like the second one for the number one girl, you know, and they wanted me to compete. But you know, so I feel like, you know, I was always very gifted.
Gifted, you had the innate ability to understand
But
that you had.
but you asked me about why I started and when I started. But 3 months before I got into the UFC, guys, I was about to quit. Because after I had a few fights, there was no money, the shows got canceled so many times.
Sure.
I was broken, and I was like, no more MMA. I made this decision, like,
When was this?
no
What year was
money,
this?
nothing. Huh?
What year was this?
2014.
Okay.
So I was preparing for one fight. It was like December, January. I supposed to fight March. They canceled the show. Then I supposed to fight April and May, and I was like, all the shows got canceled, and I was like, no, I'm done with this. You know, I need to find a job. I apply. I was about to sell some copy printers.
What?
Oh, really? No shit. And then when they told me like, okay, let's discuss the money. You will get the job. So then I was like, God, please give me one more chance. Boom! I got an offer to fight on some small show in Poland. 2 weeks, a month later, I fought Rosie Sexton in London, Cage Warriors. And my managers and coaches, they were like, don't take this fight because if you lose it, you will not get into the UFC. I was like, guys, I'm taking this fight and I'm winning and I'm getting into the UFC right after. Sean Shelby called me 2 days after I beat Rosie Sexton, and I had 4 weeks to make 115. And before, because I was 125er, and I used to say that they had
Cut
to
your arm off.
cut my arm off to make 115.
Absolutely.
But I did it. So in 3 months, I did 3 fights with my UFC debut. You know,
Wow.
amazing.
Wow. Wow.
How was that UFC
hell of a
debut?
time.
How did it feel?
You know what? I felt that the whole universe was behind me, with me, in me. I don't know. I felt that they gave me a chance. It was always my big dream because I got some offers from smaller organizations in Poland or in Europe, but I was like, no, I want to be the UFC fighter and the UFC champion. You know me. I love good things, and if I go all in. You know.
Very true.
And that time I was like. So they let me shine. I was like, okay, I will shine like the brightest star, yeah. And I remember my debut. I was like, they gave me a chance. I need to
Show
take
your worth.
over, show off.
show it.
And the problem with the fighters, and this, because I want to be the manager. I want to be a manager. And the problem with the fighters, we had so many Polish fighters in the UFC, but they got cut from the UFC because they think that they don't have to work harder, they just have to work. Isn't true, because getting in the UFC isn't easy, but staying in the UFC is even more difficult, you know.
Absolutely.
So you need to double the amount of work, and that's my tip for all the athletes who are getting in the UFC or they want to be in the UFC.
You want to
Work
manage
hard.
now?
Yeah.
You're
So
managing.
get
Okay.
into the
I
UFC
see.
and work even harder, you know, because you're getting a chance to change your life. And I gave a lot, but I took a lot. You know, I always take a lot.
You do take a lot. So
Because I give a lot. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I would say that working with you was always a pleasure, right? And I'm not just saying that because you're right here on the podcast.
Same.
That's my girl. But what I will say is one thing that I've always said it before is that you were one of the hardest workers in the room every time.
And I
Right.
feel like Dustin Poirier is the same, you know.
Absolutely. Well, and how'd you like the fight? What'd you think about it?
Oh, so good. I was super happy to be there at Madison Square Garden at the Mecca. I fought there 2 times, win and I got the win and lost, lost
Against
or
Rose,
lost.
yeah. Lost.
But I'm happy for Dustin. Man, like
Crazy, right?
I love this dude. You know, I love Jolly. I just love them in general. you know.
Yeah, good people.
Love him as a fighter, love them as a family, and it's great, good fight, you know. And I like Chandler as well, but you know, Dustin
it was a
is my teammate, you know.
Teammate,
And I will always go with my ATT people, and that's the thing. And it's my home, you know. So
Absolutely.
I love them then.
Absolutely.
And all of the people.
Let's talk about when we first met at ATT,
Yeah.
right? So we were talking off air, and it was so funny because I watched the fight. It was like a highlight of you, and I was like, man, I started as a coach there. You know, I fought professionally. I was there for a while, but as a coach, I was like, you know what? I really would like to work with her.
Was it the fight with Carla?
I think it was. Yeah. Yeah.
That was
You know,
what, 2014?
Or Jessica Penne.
It might have been. Yeah, it might have been Penna.
Penne with the Arabi, how you say it with the bolognese? Because she was bleeding all over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
nose
It was
over.
penne, you know, pasta
I think it
penne.
was. Yeah.
No, come on, guys.
You know, yeah. Polish humor, huh? We gotta catch up. I'm sorry.
gotta catch
I
up.
got you. Yeah.
And I go.
You turned her to bolognese.
Bolognese.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we
It
don't
was
need
that
to
fight
preserve-
actually. It was
yeah.
that fight because her nose was busted up.
I was just thinking it was the Carla one because you beat the hell out of Carla. That
Yeah.
one was more.
Well, yeah. It was.
So
I
maybe
think
I
it was
should
like a
fight
highlight
Carla.
of both of them.
That's what I was
Two
gonna ask
legends.
you.
I'm
That
retired.
could be the comeback though.
I'm retired.
It's a
That's
good
how she
comeback.
answers. I'm retired.
And listen, when you walk through that gym, man, you act like you owned it. And I was like, oh shit.
Walking
I was
like
like, oh, I'm working with her. That's it. The next day, I think it was that Sunday actually, we came in, worked out, pushed her hard, but she kept going, man. She kept going. It was great. And then obviously history there. But so with that fight, you knew that you were home, right? The first fight in the UFC, you knew you were home. This is where you wanted to be. What was
I
the
knew that
steps?
I was belonging to this world, you know, and my big American dream was becoming true, you know, and yeah, that's a big thing.
What's the next steps for you? Because you obviously well decorated, a legend in the game. You said you didn't want to be, you didn't want to go into the Hall of Fame yet, huh?
I'm too young, man.
No, you deserve it though.
But that-
You
it-
deserve
it's there, though.
You have a kid in the age of 18 or 21, and your child has a child,
So-
and you're super young grandpa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I'm
Oh, I
talking
do.
about?
Sure.
Too young.
Yeah.
But no.
But it will be probably one of the best days in my life.
Absolutely,
you know, and
yeah.
when I
Well,
will
you definitely deserve it, and you'll
Yeah.
get it
Hall
for
of Famer.
sure.
We don't know.
Nah, you'll get it. So, all right. So now with that transition, you got to be the best because that's just your nature. That's all of our natures. Like
Yeah.
we got to be the best at what
Lions.
we're doing.
I'm a
Exactly.
lion, yeah.
So you want to manage, right? You want to manage?
Yeah, I want to manage, but I want to help kids. So I have my foundation. I run my foundation, JJ Stars Foundation. So I want to raise these stars, you know, and help them. And because of the road, my road, you say road, you know, isn't that, you know, the goal the most important? The road is more important, you know, and
the pursuit.
The pursuit. There was lots of up and downs in my fighting career. So many like coaches, teams, maybe not so many, but few people, you know, and like or dietitians, nutritionists, the managers. So I wanna help, you know. I've got lots of experience, and I wanna help young kids becoming who they want to.
Are these just kids in MMA and fighting?
No, in
or-
general, like, because I'm finding like science, music, art, or sport the same, you know.
Yeah.
You need to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And I used to say that because of my parents taught me how to work hard, I became such a successful. No, it's discipline, you know, you have to be disciplined, because if you're disciplined enough, you work hard enough, and you believe in yourself enough to reach the target or the goal or your dreams. And so I know that there is so many kids who are very talented, but they don't have opportunities. So I want to help them, you know, because sometimes the instrument costs like the amount of like some car, you know. I want to help kids, you know, becoming who they want to be. I used to work at the grocery store and make $50 a week when I was becoming the UFC champion, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was not a shame for me. And now people see all these cars, watches, fucking Balenciagas. It's like, who cares?
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit, you know. I ask people where they were for 12 years before I became superstar, you
Right.
know. I was like working my ass so hard with no money. I was so broke.
Wow.
And that's the point. And I wanna give this small motivation for these kids, but helping them, you know, giving them tools, you know.
So you want to instill some of these values that you learned along the way
Yeah.
into the kids
Yeah.
before they
Yeah.
even
Also
get
protect
started.
them, you know, like I have learned a lot from you, and now I do lots of strength conditioning training in Poland at ATT, or like in general. I know how it changed my life, but also the way you eat, you know, I have some bad experience as well with dietitians, nutritionists. So I want to protect them, you know. I'm a woman and I want to have kids in the future, and we especially need to protect ourselves, like take care of our bodies and like in general. So I want to educate kids, you know. I want to bring good specialists for them, you know, to them. Yeah.
That's cool.
To them, yeah.
That's
So
cool.
That's
really
my goal.
cool.
That's my goal.
So
you know.
what do we have
That's
here,
cool.
though? You
That's
dropped me
real
off a supplement, right?
You know, I'm a hustler.
I do.
I'm a hustling. No, I love business, and I was like, since I was a little girl, my father used to tell me that I was going to end up in the jail because since I was a little girl, I was making some small businesses, some
Yeah.
small
Hustling.
moves. I was a hustler, so
Hustling.
I love business. I love. I have so many ideas. I don't have time, but I have so many ideas. So I'm trying to wrap everything around sport, sort around sport. Yeah, you say.
Yeah,
Or how
yeah.
you say, like, or wrap.
wrap
You
around
wrap
sport. Yeah.
around sport. So I have my juicers line. I have my sports equipment, sport equipments line, like treadmills, ellipticals, and I have my supplement line. It's my idea, my labs, my better life. Because if you get these supplements, you can tell it's your supplement, you know, dedicated for you, for your family, not only for me as an athlete, but a human, and me and my partner who has very big knowledge in supplements. We run this business. It's hard. It's very difficult.
Yep.
I have 2 million followers on my Instagram, but we have only like 3,000 on our website. But it's not about followers, but it's really the market is like is stock. But I feel like there is room for everyone and everything.
definitely.
So we're working. What's special about it? Why supplements? We UFC athletes are under USADA. I was not taking any supplements. Sometimes the third part tested. I used to take, but why juicers? Because of when I was getting sick, I was drinking fresh juices instead of taking some medicines with ephedrine or pseudo. How you call the like
NSAIDs.
instant? How you say?
NSAIDs.
NSAIDs, and you can pop on this. Yeah? Pop, you say pop. Got
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah, you
So that's the idea of creating very pure line of supplements for everyone, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of that has ephedrine,
That's my story.
heightened caffeine,
of
that
course.
could cause some issues.
Sometimes, like, you don't know, but that's why I want to educate people, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Is like
And
not
protect
only
them the same way protect them, you know.
well, you're educating through your own abilities.
Yeah.
Right? You've shown that you've been able to make it to the next level doing it the right way.
Yeah, but when I posted about my labs, people were like, oh no, another bullshit, another commercial.
Of course,
Oh no, it's my
of
business.
course.
I'm
It's your
investing my
business.
time, my money. It took us probably like 15 months to finally get the product, you know, and
Wow.
we really
That's about right.
keep
Wow.
eye on everything, on
Wow.
every one ingredient we are putting into every capsule. You know,
Wow.
really.
15 months of work.
That's another thing. Like a lot of people don't really pay
Don't know.
attention to that.
They
right?
see just the peak, you know. They don't see
This
the
goes like I
the
don't have
preparation.
behind it.
I have my supplement too. This
Yeah,
is
as
like
well.
there's
Yeah.
a big.
Yeah.
It takes time,
It takes time. Yeah.
and you need to have the right people around you, and you need to have the right formulations. And you gotta also know your product in and out, because if you're not 100% in it, they could put anything in there that they want, right? And now you're giving it to people that are trying to buy from you, that trust in you. So with her name that's attached to it, we've got to make sure that everything is on point. You know?
Wow.
But that's
They
cool.
like good things, you know, so that's the thing.
Yeah, for sure. So the exercise equipment.
exercise equipment.
What we looking at? What we looking at right there?
So it's like, so the idea is that very often people complain that I'm a mother of
Yeah.
3 kids, I don't have time, I have to work, I have to take care of everything, of my husband. I mean, like, of everything.
Yeah.
So my idea, the idea of Z-Pro and JJ line is that you can create own gym at home,
Yep.
and we give people ideas. It depends of how much space they have.
Yep.
So we brought them ideas of creating own gym on like 2 meters, 4 meters, 10 meters.
I see.
Depends
I
on
see.
how much room you
you
have.
have, yeah. Oh.
And that's the idea. And I created a line of also because of COVID, people started like exercising at home.
Yep.
So I started riding the bike, and people started asking me about like what bike you recommend, what elliptical you recommend, and like. Okay, I always wanted to have my own line,
course.
and I created with Z-Pro, JJ. Actually, we are going worldwide. We are going to sell my products on Amazon
Nice.
and on other platforms.
Yep.
Nice.
Shopping platforms, you
Yeah,
say?
shopping
Or-
platforms,
yeah.
So online,
like
also
it.
available here in the States very soon. But it's my mission, you know.
Yeah.
I was talking about mission. So my mission is to keep people healthy, you know. And if you want to lose some kilograms, if you feel good with your weight, that's fine. But I want people to know that sport can change your life. Sport changed my life, and it's not about becoming super world champion, UFC champion. We all have our championships. Yeah, and
Your own personal
for
records.
some people, just getting out of the house, going for a walk.
That's a
it's
championship.
That's
Yeah.
a championship.
I agree.
And I want people to know that sometimes you don't have to becoming super pro athlete.
Yeah.
Just go for a walk, go
Yeah.
for a run,
Get
go
better
do
every day.
some, you know.
Yeah.
And sport gave me this strength, not physical strength, but this mental
strength.
strength, you know. And the big life problems started becoming super small, you know, and I know how to deal with it, you know. Like I said, I had no mental coach. God is my mental coach, you know.
Yeah. No doubt. I did want to talk to you because you had a lot of ups and downs, right?
Yeah.
And with that,
It's all about balance. You're not going to becoming successful in your business, or how you say, in your not
I would say
private
in your
life,
life, in
in your
general.
life, if you don't clean your mess. And I mean, like, if you are not successful in your private life, you are not going to be successful in sport or in some different discipline, in whatever you do in your life. So I couldn't understand why my sport life went going down, but my personal life was fucked up, and I had so many ruts here. And people, when they see you succeed, people think that the people around you who are around your like business success, they are the ruts. No, ruts are here. You don't see the ruts. The people who are very close to you, you know. So
'Cause you're blinded
that's
at
the
that
thing.
point,
Oh,
too.
yeah, you are. But yeah.
Yeah. That's like
so how do you stop that? How do you identify that and move forward?
I started taking care of myself and trusting my intuition more, you know, because intuition was telling me like, but I was like, that's bullshit. That's just some noise in my head.
Yeah.
No, it's intuition. It's super strong weapon, you know.
You gotta
that's
trust in it.
That's the thing, you know. But I have learned taking as much as I can from every person here, now, from every second and every place, and try to not cry when something is gone, you know. We are afraid of changes, but we need changes in our lives, and changes are very difficult to make, but we need it. So guys, just make the first step, you know. Last time I had my older sister, it took her 12 years to change her job. She was unhappy for 12 years, doing like shitty job. I was like, go do this course, you say course?
Yeah.
Like course.
Yes.
Accounting course. She was like, no, I'm not gonna get the job. I said, just try.
Yeah.
It took her like few years to start it. 3 months after she started the course, she got an offer.
Wow.
She quit her job after 12 years.
Yep.
Now she's super happy. And that's the thing. But We all are different. And I can motivate her, try to motivate her, but I can't do the job for her. So, like with the super addicted person, we say like you have to touch the hell or the stove to get back. And that's the same with all of us, you know. When everyone was telling me that my ex-fiance was like doing shitty things, I was like, no, that's not true. But when I hit the stove, you say,
yeah. You see it for what it,
I came back super happy, happier even, you know.
Well,
that's the thing.
people are afraid of change though too.
Yeah.
They are.
They're afraid
But
of
they
change.
like to stay in this
A bubble.
crazy situation.
Yeah.
It's like, it's nice, like it was super popular, like saying that get out of your comfort zone. You know? But it's super important. You know?
Absolutely.
But like I'm saying, like you can tell me I do one more sit-up and I might do, I might not do, but it's all up to me, yeah? But if you tell me it's good for you, I'm like, okay, but if I don't do, who am I cheating on? On you?
yourself.
On myself?
Yeah.
So I'm like step, not ahead, I'm step
back.
Take a
step back, you
yeah.
know? So that's the point, you know? It's not about willing to work, it's on putting in actual work, you know?
So when you decide to retire from fighting, you did it for 20 years almost.
Yeah.
When do you have those thoughts of, oh, maybe I should retire, and then you push it away and say, no, it's not time yet?
People can understand why I took a break 2 years, you know, but guys, I was doing this for almost like that time 17 years,
That's
you
a
know,
long time.
on the
Yeah.
go, traveling.
Long
you know,
time.
when I was 16, 17 or 18, I went to Thailand, you know, I lived there and I had to grow so fast, you know, my friends were partying, I was like training and fighting and I had the time of my life that I was partying hard, but then I found out like, oh, I don't like this life. I like the life of being an athlete and disciplined person. So, and I used to say that I had to sacrifice myself, but no, this discipline required this and that amount of work or of things to do. But I decided to retire. I knew that because of the damage I took in the first fight with Weili Zhang, you know, and I knew that if something happens to me, I will retire, and maybe somehow I brought it in my mind. I don't know. We don't know the universe, you know.
Well,
and
I'll tell you this. I think you don't have
I
nothing
lost,
to prove, though.
I got cut, but with the elbow, and I just retired. But I felt like it was spontaneous decision, but somehow it was a smart decision.
It was in the
you know?
back.
It was in
It
your
was
back
in
of
the
your
back
mind.
of my mind.
I see.
It's premeditated in a sense
The
because you already
worst
knew.
thing is that it was the best camp of my life, and if you put it in the best fight in your fighting career, the first fight with Weili Zhang, the best fight of the year, fight of Fighters Only magazine, you are super motivated, you know. And I feel like in age of 35, I can give better fights, you know. I just got cut,
You
but
still got the itch.
somehow I do. And today I was training with
still got
Capel,
the itch.
and he recorded, and he was like, "Look at you, you're smiling like a crazy person. Look at you, you love this shit, you know? Man, that's the thing." But somehow I always wanted to retire on my rules, and I want to take care of my health, you know.
That's more important.
Nothing happening. I
Yeah.
check. I do MRIs. I hate MRIs. They always make fun of me here in Boca when I go to MRI. They're like, "Oh, maybe we give you this pill. You come back tomorrow." I was like, "No, guys, I can't." And so they put me in. I'm like, "Let me out!" And they put me in. Let me out. You want music? You want this? I'm like, "No, let's do this." You know. I'm like,
Oh my
bad.
goodness.
So I
that's
check
funny.
on my. I do lots of medical tests just to make sure I'm healthy, but I don't want to take this damage, you know. I want to be a mom in the future. I want to be a businesswoman, successful businesswoman, and I just want to be smart enough. I don't want to be this person, you know what I mean,
sure.
what I'm thinking. And when I look at the guys at the gym, I'm how you say, scared for them. Scared for them.
You're worried. You're
I
worried about
worry.
them.
I worry about them. And that's the thing, you know, because we take lots of damage.
Yeah,
guys.
there's a lot of damage. No.
And do you see, is that something that was more so in your mind of like, well, that's why I want to kind of call it? And I'm gonna say this real quick. When we were training together, it was always, I'm going 120% throughout 8 weeks or 9 weeks or 10 weeks, wherever she came in. When she came here, it was like hit the ground running. And you didn't let off of the gas until the fight ended. And even then, she still had to perform because she's just a showman, so that, you know, with the interviews and everything else. So when that happens, you need a break. You know that. You need a break because it's not just the fight, right? It's all the training, it's all the interviews.
You can't go all over, you know.
Yeah.
Like all the time, you know, like over and over. I always say that limits are only in our heads.
Yeah.
But somehow, you know, we are like machines, you know. Sometimes machines get broken. Broke. Sometimes
Broken.
machines
Yeah.
broken.
Need to recalibrate.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
yeah. But, yeah.
It took it,
I don't know.
and that's why, like, when it comes down to it, you probably know too. Obviously, it's like you need that break. You need you need to decompress. You know, and I was happy after the first Zhang fight. I told her she should retire. Like, I even said it, you know, because there was nothing else to prove at that point.
But it's all about the each. Yes.
It's got to come from within you. Yeah, for sure.
And at the
But
end of
it's
the day,
hard. I'm asking like Mikey, Brown,
Yeah.
Dan Lambert, Jennifer, even my family. Like, should I be back? They're like, no, answer for yourself. Like,
Yes.
But it's difficult for me, you know.
yeah. Well, you have to make the decision ultimately,
But
and we're
it's
back to
hard.
decision, of course.
It's hard.
But
I don't know.
but
still get
you
the
made
itch.
those.
Still get it. I feel like I'm gonna have it forever too. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm gonna be 60 years old and still feel like I can fight somebody.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that I've seen with you guys is that you have been to the pinnacle of success, and the limelight. It's so high that it's gonna be very hard for you to get that back. You understand?
Yeah. But if I never was the UFC champion, you know, I defended the belt 5 times. So, you know, I don't need to chase this, but somehow I want to still chasing, like, you know, because. But I don't know. It's hard, man. You know.
Yeah.
I don't need to be back. Like, I understand people who never. Who
never got to that
who never
point.
got to that point, you
Yes,
know. I
yes, I
understand, you know, you can
understand.
still
Still
chasing.
Yeah.
But
You've been there and done that.
yeah, but somehow I
Still want
still
it.
want.
Let me ask you this: when you watch that Jaylene
don't watch
versus Carla,
Oh, yeah.
you were there for that
Yeah,
in
I
Madison
was there.
Square Garden after Dustin fights. You watched that fight.
It's crazy.
Which one excites you more? I know you still get the itch a little bit. So which is it? Fighting somebody like Wei Li, where it's going to be a closer fight, it's maybe scare you a little bit, or is it fighting somebody like Carla, who you know you can beat her ass? Which one, like?
I think both. Fight is a fight, but of course I want to fight the best. Like fighting Carla, you know, she's the former champ, the 2 times champ. You know,
True.
she was the champ last time for a reason. She's number 1 now, so she's somehow it was not given to her. You know, she made it.
Yeah.
You know, and
you got to give her that respect.
That's the thing. So
Yeah.
it's difficult. They both are totally different. But look how crazy this sport is. Like I went to Carla, 8 years ago. I won. 7 years ago. I won the belt. Then Rose lost to Carla again.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy,
Yeah, it's
you know.
crazy.
Like
Yeah.
Fights are crazy.
yeah, fights are
Yeah.
crazy. So that's the thing, you know. That's
So you
difficult
say
to
anything
answer.
could have happened?
Anything could happen.
It's anything could happen at
But
that
I was,
night.
you know,
Stroke, you know?
how you can be proud of getting a loss, you know. I was super proud of myself, how I showed up in the fight
Showed
with
up, yeah.
Wei Li Zhang, the first
Yes,
fight, you know.
yes.
And I was in better shape this time, last
For the
fight.
second one,
but
yeah.
I just had no chance. I got cut, I got knocked out, and that's fine. You know. I got KO'd.
Yeah.
But we were preparing for this fight really hard, really hard.
How
but
long was
you
the
should be
same
proud
same
of
was now. Like I was training really hard.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you
you gotta
this.
be proud of that.
That first fight, we were there in Vegas, and we go to the hospital, right? And she's, you know, she's got all bumped up and everything, and they were there in the hospital, and she didn't like miss a beat, man. Like it was like nothing happened, bro. And
Lots
then we
of
get
people
back-
came from Poland,
Yeah,
from
we were in a
like,
hotel.
but some of them they left because they didn't know how to act, how to
Right.
how you say,
How to be. Yeah.
how to be.
Yeah.
And my father was there, you know. He traveled all the way from Poland. And when I got to the room, few people left, yeah.
It was like 5 o'clock.
And your
in the morning.
father doesn't come to many fights, right?
No.
He
And
never
my
comes,
father
right?
was so scared, and he is a tough guy. He was like, with the tears in his eyes, he was like, Jay, don't push it, like, let them go, just stay here. I was like, Dad, the hard work is done.
Yeah.
Now I need to enjoy.
Yeah.
So I just, man, he was like, push it. So for like 33 years, he was giving me strength. And that night, I needed that, but I needed to give him the strength, you know?
Yeah.
So I grabbed the phone, like it was how do you say, like room service, like wings, club sandwich, like my favorite
You had
wings,
to
club
bring his
sandwich,
energy back.
beer, vodka, and I got
Yeah.
out from my from my room to the because I had an apartment, and people were like, some of them they were sad, they were like trying to pretend that, oh, all good, nothing happened. I was like, people. Is it a funeral? Funeral?
Yeah. I hate
Oh,
that too.
I
fucking hate
I
that
just,
too.
you know, finish my camp. It's time to enjoy, so let's party, you know. It's
Yeah.
so funny because I couldn't open my left eye. I could
Barely.
see on this side like barely. So, and my physiotherapist was like massaging my face.
Yeah.
But I had like, you know, after the fight, when you have carbs, when you have alcohol, you
Yeah,
swole.
yeah, you swole up
my
no more.
face was a balloon, man. But that's the moment
Yeah.
I remember, you know,
yeah,
like that's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Definitely.
my heart was broken,
Yeah.
and new scar on my heart, on my
Yep.
on my body, new story.
Yeah. You still found a way to push through it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
Enjoy it though.
I was enjoying, you know.
She enjoyed it, man. Every minute. It was like 5 in the
That's
morning,
the thing.
6 in the morning. We were
Yeah,
still
we
going.
got back like
Wow.
from
I
the
gotta go,
hospital.
man.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
They were.
That's why you got so
Polish
much for
people
these
like to
kids.
party, man.
Most people ain't like
Polish
that.
people like to
though.
party, man.
Why
Yeah.
to cry,
Yeah.
man? Why to cry? You know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Sad. Of course, I was sad for so many weeks.
But it
till
is what
now,
it
you
is.
know. But
Yeah.
somehow, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no.
You can sit and cry, or just take life and be responsible for it. You know.
Yeah. Who in your mind, who comes to mind for you as the greatest of all time?
Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And
Huh?
people can hate on him. It was not given to him. You know.
Why is that though?
He beat all the best, you know, because I love how dedicated he was, how he believes in himself, how dedicated he was. I remember his video from Cage Warriors after he won second belt, like different division belt, and he said that he's going to do the same, or I don't remember the exact words.
Yeah.
He's
Going to UFC.
He's gonna do that in the UFC.
gonna do that,
Yeah.
and he did that, you know. And for me, like, you know, and I don't blame on him. Like, of course, sometimes I feel ashamed that he does things.
Yeah,
he
says things, does things.
Sure. Sure.
But
You don't judge him on that.
I don't, because I know that people are shady, and they doing this for purpose. You know, they are trying to complicate your life, and yeah, that's the thing. When I watched Bohemian Rhapsody, when I watched The Rocketman, then when I watched some different movies about superstars, I feel the same, you know. I had the same momentum in my fighting career, and it happened before the fight with Rose. And I understand. I'm not that big as they are or they were, but man, people can ruin everything in your life, and the people who you really trust and you have trust in. But
Yep.
you need to shake it and just take it, you know. And
Yeah.
that's the point. So Conor, for me, the greatest, you know. And I thank Ronda Rousey for changing the game,
Okay.
and the women's MMA.
Okay. I
And-
respect that.
And yeah,
Okay. I can respect that. Yeah.
Definitely changing
know.
the
Yeah,
game
I get
in
it.
a lot of ways. They
Yeah.
changed the game. Ronda
did.
changed the game.
people don't know Conor.
He took it to a
He's
different level.
super,
Yeah.
super nice guys to work with, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
He's different now. Of course, he's different,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
also because of people who were not good to him for so many years.
It changes your mindset too a little bit. Yeah.
But for what he accomplished, you can't take that away.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love watching
Two-time
like
world
people who are like
champion.
go there, they knock, and then they show the video from the locker room, few minutes before the fight that they were
Yeah.
doing this
Yeah.
over and over.
Yeah. It
As
shows like the power of your mind.
mastermind, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So yeah.
that shows his genius. That
Yeah.
shows his abilities for sure.
Yeah.
What other sports do you like?
I started playing piano.
Basketball.
I started
Oh.
playing piano. So very often people ask me about COVID, like, oh, Chidi, I lost my job, I lost my motivation, I put on weight. I'm like, hey, COVID was a great time for me. I could stop.
Yeah.
So I started playing piano. I always
nice.
dream about. I started playing tennis. It's my therapy. I love playing tennis. I started racing a car. I became a pro driver. I want to do Dakar race.
Hold up.
So yeah, that's
a
the
pro
thing.
driver.
Yeah,
No
so I want to
shit.
do
Nice.
Dakar race. I did my debut last year, and
Yeah.
I did another race a month ago before
Nice.
I came here. So I got the pro license. Now I can go
What?
different countries practice,
Yo.
and I want to do Dakar race. It's super dangerous. It's dangerous,
what kind of car
but
is
it's
it?
very difficult. It's like a bigger car, you know. It's a
Yeah.
cross country.
Gotcha.
That's
Yeah.
dope. That
Yes,
is
man,
dope.
it's so-
That is
The
dope.
focus you have to keep,
Yeah.
how disciplined you have to be, and
Yeah.
the way you get tired in general.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And so tennis, and I had no money before, and tennis is expensive
Yeah.
sport, but I met great people, and I love Wojtek. I just want to say hi to my coach, and he saw the dedication in me. It's therapy for both of us because he knows that there are people who are super dedicated and they have fun. Not only like people, I play tennis because it's fancy, you know, and I have this money, I can play. You know?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, fucking
There are people who are
bullshit.
like, oh, show me more. you know?
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, definitely. But I love sport in general. So can you believe that I was not boxing and kicking till now since my last fight? I was on the mat doing grappling because I would love to do ADCC in the future.
Oh,
I
really?
love
Nice.
jiu-jitsu, and I'm
Okay.
not very good, but I'm good. So I used to train with Cesar Matuda. Actually, like, you know, like because of making the decision I made a few years ago, coming to the ATT, I met you, I met great people, you know. So I'm very thankful to the people who I'm not working with anymore, who brought me to ATT. So I never burned the bridges, you know. And
Yeah, that's true.
I never burned the
That's
bridge.
always good.
And I learned from mistakes. I learned from people who brought bad moments to my life, you know. But I'm very thankful for to these people
Yeah.
for bringing me, for Paulina, for bringing me to ATT.
Yeah.
Like
So
I
you
said,
do a
like,
ACC?
I love the number.
ACC.
I love all the people. And when I was back home after first camp, I did at ATT. I told my parents, but Mikey, Cattell, Daya, you guys, like, you feel like in general, my parents are like, no, another people who are going to, like, at the end, do some bad things, you know.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Some,
Yeah.
But when my father met Mikey, Cattell, they were in my house in Poland.
Yeah.
They were like, till now, he's like, please say hi, please, how are they?
Yeah.
And really, I found my family here, you know, my second family, and I'm
Yeah.
very family person. I'm very loyal. So
true.
when people ask me what's my fundament in life, is God, family, but
Loyalty.
Yeah.
number one, you know.
I agree.
And it's not about loyalty in partnership, you know, in marriage, for example, but in business, in friendship.
Everything.
Loyalty is number one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's your
Yeah.
virtue.
Don't turn your back on people.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember I even.
And you can do
we
bad
first met
things,
at-
and how would you? Well, if you do bad to me, I will tell you and kick you out.
Sure.
Oh,
But-
we know that.
You know, I'm trying to like not listen to people. Oh, he's bad, she's bad. People say bad things about me. You know, when I became popular, people.
That's what
I
that-
was
people will say that
everything
anyways.
on the internet. You know,
Yeah, they're gonna
I
say
was
that regardless.
everything. You know,
Don't
from
matter.
the baddest bitches on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, like the bad horse to like this and that person.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to know yourself, who you
Right.
really are. You
Yeah.
know, that's the thing.
when you get to a certain level, no matter what, there's always going to be, people are always going to find something.
For sure.
Right? And to block out that noise and allow yourself to know you and who you are, it shouldn't bother you whatsoever because you know who you are.
Or don't judge other people for how somebody else's interaction is with them.
Of course.
Because everybody can, I can have a story about
Watch
you.
this movie
somebody else
isn't
will.
good. I will go and watch it, you know?
I'm going to watch it and judge for myself.
So actually, I responded to one of the comments on my social media a few days ago. That guy was like, I don't know what was he saying, like some shit. I was like, you know what? People like you made me to go harder, you know? You are part of my success because people who don't believe in me, it means you don't believe in yourself, but you made me stronger, you know?
Yeah.
These people are making me stronger because I want to show them. I'm too classy, so I do not show fingers, but it's like I let my work, my success speaks for me, you know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know.
First met.
No, I'm too classy for.
When y'all first met, what was your first impression?
We met at Drysdale's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Drysdale's
Drysdale.
in Las Vegas.
And the thing,
I feel like
I
that
left
was
my
right
gym
before
in
you came
Poland,
here.
but I have learned so much from my coaches. I became the champ with the people from Poland, you know, and I'm very thankful to them. And people created the story that I was bad, that I left, I did shitty things to them. They to me, no, I love you guys, and I'm very thankful.
Yep.
That's the thing, you know.
It was just time
we all
for you
grow,
to
we learn.
expand.
Yeah, but the thing, because of Simon, I went to Drysdale. I met you. You know, it's all about connections, about people getting as much as you can from this moment, this place, and people.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you know.
Yeah. When we met there, you was moving with Raquel.
Raquel, I love her.
Raquel, yeah. But she was bigger.
Palauhi.
Yeah. And she would give her hell though.
Yeah.
Hell. And Raquel is
Raquel.
really good, but just the battles that she would get in, and she wouldn't back down. I'm like, oh yeah, she's legit. Yeah, I can see why you would want to do ADCC now, because I see the love for grappling and jiu-jitsu in you. It's in you.
When's the time frame on that, you think,
What?
for ADCC?
I don't know. First, so if not race, if I have money to sponsor myself Dakar, and I have people who wants to sponsor me, but I need this one deal with one big company. I don't wanna say it loud.
All right.
But
All right.
it's not about this. Like, it's all about connection. It's all about mission again. You know. So we need to be on the same page. You know.
Yeah.
We need to be. We need
Connected,
to
parallel.
look at the same picture to go together. Because if I will get sponsored by this company, because I need probably €2 million a year.
Wow.
To prepare for Dakar in 2 years or 3 years. It's very difficult. And I know people say I'm crazy, but the guys, when they saw me training, sitting for the first time at the racing car 2 years ago, these old guys, gentlemen, very wealthy guys said like, oh, she's crazy, like, stupid idea. And 2 years later, I done two races, so many trainings, and I'm getting closer and closer. So in 5 years, I will get closer to my big dream. I like to set my goals and dreams, but so racing, because I need to be on point. I need to be very disciplined. So in 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, going somewhere, Finland, Morocco, Portugal, Poland, training in Poland, training here on the desert, somewhere in Saudi or whatever,
Yeah.
So racing or ADCC.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Then I will I need plan, I need plan.
Yeah. It
It's a
helps.
thing. And I love it. And I love it. And I feel like people are like, oh, you're 35, just sit down and enjoy life. But
Nah,
life,
it's not you, man.
life,
young.
what,
Still young.
what life is about experience, exploring,
Yeah,
and I feel
yeah.
like there is so many talents in all of us.
Sure.
We just have to look at try different things to find out who we really can be in 5 years. For example, of course I will not win Dakar race, but I just want to go there and go through this hell, and
How hard
check
is it
it on
training?
my skin, feel it on my skin.
How hard is it the training for these races?
It's hard, you know.
You gotta
It's
train hard?
really hard.
It's
It's
hard?
really hard. It's
Wow.
really hard. So my next step is going to Finland and train on frozen lake, 3-4 days. They told me that getting this experience, spending few days on the lake,
Yeah.
it gives you lots of like
Rejuvenate you.
what do you say?
Adrenaline?
Knowledge,
Energy?
not only energy, but so you can learn a lot from. So
Clarity.
there's
Experience.
another step, because in 6 years I would love to drive a faster car. Yeah, so I'm driving car with like I don't know how many power horses, but you know, finally I want to get into the big car.
Wow.
But you need to be smart enough to drive this car. It's
Yes.
not only sitting there and like, oh, I can do it. No. It's
I
all
gotta
about
see this.
preparation,
It's
like
levels.
for the fight. You
What's
know?
it called
I
again?
want to watch this.
Dakar
For real.
race.
Dakar
Dakar
race?
race.
Can you look that up? real
It's
quick?
super popular.
I'll check that out.
Oh, guys,
That's
really? You don't know?
No.
It's like
We're
one of the
American.
most like
Yeah, that's true too.
dangerous, you know.
We are American.
It's one of the most dangerous
How do you-
races.
Maybe
How
it's
do you
also
spell it?
dangerous. Like
How do you
people
spell
die there, you know, because they overheat, you know.
Dakar
Because
race.
you drive so many kilometers every day
And you
on the
sweat.
desert.
Oh, this is long
Crazy.
distance. Long distance
You lose
stuff.
like 6 pounds every day, you know.
What's the what? How do you
5,000 kilometers.
how do you spell it?
Dakar. Dakar.
Yeah.
This it right here. All these big ass things right here.
Oh, so different cars. It's not. So there is few like types. You can go on Kaman. You can drive a motorbike. You can drive the big truck. You can drive
Oh,
car.
okay.
So
Wow.
it's different. It's different.
That is dope. That's dope as
It is,
hell.
guys.
That's dope, man.
And it's all
That's
off road.
dope.
It's all off road or no?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Shit.
Yeah, that's cool
And
as
people
shit.
say I'm crazy. Yes, I am, but
I don't think it's crazy. It's just, it's fun. It sounds fun. I would do it. I would
goals.
do it.
It's all
You know
about
what?
goals
It
and
seems
setting your
that-
goals in life. Some people they like to work 8 hours a day
Sure.
at the office.
Yeah,
In the office.
Yeah,
you
everything's
know.
set, planned. They know what's
I
gonna
like
happen
to. I'm
tomorrow.
super pro. I like to set and
You are,
I like
yeah.
to be on schedule.
Yeah.
She is.
But I like to do this
conscientious.
different way. You know.
Conscientious,
Wow.
for sure.
Wow.
If
That-
not MMA, UFC changed my life. You know.
Yeah.
and now you can branch into other things.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Before the UFC, you
But I also
Mm-hmm.
want to have my own wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want
I
your own
love
liquor?
Wine.
Wine.
wine on?
Yeah.
You'll have a winery, like a wine
Yes,
yard.
Polish one.
Nice.
Oh, in Polish. Is it a big industry in Poland?
Yeah, because of the global warming, the climate is changing, so it's more warm in Poland.
Oh.
Because we have all 4 seasons. Seasons, you say?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's changing, and we have more and more wineries. So yeah, there are some good.
Yeah, you gotta hook me up.
What's your favorite?
All right.
What's your
When you
favorite
get a
wine right now? You
hook
like
me
red or
up.
white?
I like both,
Yeah.
but Pinot Noir.
Red.
Pinot Noir?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's my
red. Yeah.
favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it. But I do
But
want to ask. I want to ask
There's
one
so
more.
many good brands from Poland.
What is the best brand right now other than yours that you're gonna start? Because when I go to Poland, I need to get.
Wine?
Yeah. and
So
hooked up.
get or Silesian, but I love Turnau.
Okay.
Get Solaris.
All right now.
That's the name. Get Saval Blanc and get Rosé.
So
Bring it
everybody
for
in
your
Poland
wife, you know.
that's listening, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody in
Turnau
Poland
is
that's
like-
listening, because I know they're listening, because this is
Isn't
this is your
cheap?
girl.
Isn't cheap, but
I
it's
need it when I
good.
That's all right.
All right. Yeah. I can't spell it, so you on your own, bro.
No, Turnau. I
can't
will. I
spell
will.
it.
I will.
Look me up.
Just let me know.
See, there we go.
Just let me know.
I got
Right.
you.
You go to
So-
Poznan, yeah?
Yeah, Poznan.
Mati.
I'll be out there.
Go to Mati
December. What is it called?
Mati Sushi.
All right, so
Sushi.
you guys
So
know.
good. Mati
Hold it to
Sushi
it.
and I think it's elephant, it's seafood, very good.
Yeah. All right. I got you.
Seafood and wine.
That's
I
your-
hope they
wine.
put you in this hotel, you know, the good one.
Well, make sure you can make the call.
Okay,
If you
okay.
want to make the call and you
Okay.
let them know
Okay.
that.
And you have to visit the gallery.
I do wanna visit
Simon
that.
Brodziak.
Yeah.
Simon Brodziak, he does only black and white pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, my second book, he took the picture of the cover of my second biography, and it was an honor, Simon. Thank you for this. So yeah, I love the picture. You know, he's super famous. You know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow.
I think that we
have,
are going out
We
there.
have famous people in Poland. I mean, like very talented. You know, very talented.
Wait, we can't just skip past it. You wrote 2 books?
Yeah. This podcast is brought to you by Vivo Barefoot. Now check out vivobarefoot.com. That's the minimalistic shoe that I've been rocking on all my videos. If you've been watching my Instagram and YouTube, those are the shoes that I've been wearing to help my foot gain full foot functionality, strengthen up the intrinsic muscles of the feet to allow myself to perform better, and then also reduce the risk of injury. Now I personally like the Geo Racer Knit and the Primus Light 3. Check them out. Go to vivobarefoot.com and get the discount code DARU15 to get 15% off your final purchase. All right, now let's get on to the podcast.
I have 3 books,
You got
honestly.
3 books.
I have my first biography, released in 2020, I don't know when, 16, 17. And second one, released 2020
Okay.
or 2021,
Okay.
2021. And
A new one?
between was like cooking book. So, COVID. So, of course, again, I talk too much, but COVID was a good time for me because some people stop. They put them in the cages.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, it's time to learn. I had to stay home. I gonna learn. So I started playing piano, but I graduated different studies, you know, 3 already. But, you know, so during COVID, I had time to learn more, you know, be focused on myself. Like I couldn't, you know, go fight because that time I took a break. Of course, I was after the fight with Wei Zhang, but it was time to work, you know, here with your head.
Mentally, huh?
Yeah, so don't
writing
stop,
books.
guys.
It gave everybody an opportunity to do things that they couldn't do. You know what I mean? I think with that, we were able to put together, you know, programs and other things that were inside that people couldn't go outside with, you know? And I think that's where people found each other too, man, honestly. Look at this one. So, as of right now, what's the biggest thing that you got going on that you are focused on and you are excited for?
My labs, it's super hard. I'm investing lots of money and time and energy. My partner, Pavel, my brother-in-law, because I'm not in Poland, so he's responsible for there are so many things. They work really, really hard. And we really want people to believe that it's a good product. It's not another sponsorship, JJ sponsor.
Yeah, sure.
That it's mine,
Yep.
and I'm really giving people the good product. So it costs us lots of energy, but I love it. I love the way, you know.
Yeah.
We're really working hard to build the brand, and we will. It's just a matter of time. We are not in a hurry. We're not over investing. We're just taking time, you know. So, but being good human in general. You know?
Yeah, helping the kids.
That's the thing.
Yeah, your foundation.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I know you got a dinner that you got to go to, but I appreciate you always.
Yeah.
Kevin Lee, you know, I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah.
Always like I
appreciate
wanna
y'all.
just say
Let
like
me sit in on
dream
this.
big, guys, and
This is amazing.
don't be afraid of it. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared of dreaming big.
Never.
Because when I was a little girl, I had an uncle in New York, and he sent me a bicycle that time. So I was like, the goat in the hood with the American bike.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, the goat, the goat. Yeah, they're like, who's this girl?
Like, wow, this bike is different than the Polish bikes because it's from America. You know?
Shipped it over, huh?
No, he did.
Good pop.
So it was hard times in Poland that time. But when I was a little girl, I had this itch since, and I knew when I was thinking of New York. I don't know why. I always had it. When I closed my eyes, I saw like Manhattan.
Wow.
I was like, wow, one day, one day you will not go there. It's so expensive. You will not afford this, you know. But after so many years, my face was at Times Square. You know? I was fighting at the Mecca, the garden.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Dream big because anything and everything is possible.
That's a fact.
And of course, my city is bigger than some village, but my city is smaller than the capital Warsaw, and smaller than New York. Blah blah blah. But doesn't matter who you are, what color is your skin, what the religion, gender, orientation,
age.
Do it.
Yeah.
Age, you can do it. You can do it. Same with you and me and you, like.
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with Cattell today. When something hard hits us, it means that we're the right people to handle this.
Of course. Yep.
And that's the thing, you know.
Absolutely.
And we should we should take it as it is.
Yep.
Cry. I don't know.
Feel the emotion.
Scream.
Yeah.
Yep.
But take it as it is.
Yeah.
And believe me, you have the power
Absolutely.
to handle this
Yeah.
like a champ, you know. And that's the thing.
Nah, no.
I wanna be around fighters here.
Yeah.
And I wanna, why I'm saying this, because I wanna be around sport, around I wanna stick to ATT and UFC, because we built this community, you know. I'm part of this, and I want to be around, you know.
Yeah,
and I
it's
love
your family.
Florida.
It's family.
It's my
And shout
second
out
home.
Kill
For
Cliff.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
But I
at Kill
sold my
Cliff.
small Kia, you know.
Yeah.
Huh? See
I
it?
said I'm at Kill Cliff.
Yeah.
Sanford used to be Sanford, but
Yeah, we
yeah,
got
Yes.
yeah. So
So yeah,
If
that's
they
the thing.
watch it,
I know
they'll
there's
shout
a,
it out.
rivalization,
Rivalry.
rivalry.
I'm not in the rivalry. I'm
But
not in that
yeah,
rivalry.
That's the thing, you know.
Yeah.
They can.
I don't play
kinda old.
politics.
That's kind of old.
I don't
On
play
Monday,
it.
like Usman invited me for
To
the
the thing.
viewing of Black
Yeah,
Panther,
yeah.
you know,
Yep, yep.
Wakanda forever. And that's fine, you
Yeah,
know.
we're all
like-
people. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We respect
Similar
each other.
goals, similar goals, similar mindset. That's it, man.
Yeah, but thank you guys for the
Thank you.
and good to see you.
Of course.
Yeah, I love your message. Yeah, it's so dope.
All right, guys,
good.
we're out.